welcome to a new vlog. This vlog is going to be book nook and baking, which is book reviews, and we're going to be baking some superfood healthy chocolate bites. So stay tuned. We're going to be looking at the book nook, what books I've read, what I recommend, and we're going to be off to have a look in the Works and Waterstones. So stay tuned. So we're going to be making some healthy chocolate bites. So we can use whatever chocolate you want, but I use 70% dark chocolate. Then for the base of it, I'm going to be using some organic rice, which I've got here, like Rice Krispies rice. But I've also got some ordinary ones here as well, so I'm just going to add a little bit of both. You can always use cornflakes as well for this. I did that last week. Then you're going to add the healthy stuff, the superfoods. So I've got some chia seeds here. And then I've got a mix, which I buy from Linwood's, which is flaxseed, Brazil nuts, walnuts, almonds, Q10. I think that's it. And then I've got another mix of nuts, which is hazelnuts, almonds and walnuts again. And then I've made my own ground walnuts here, which I've whizzed up myself. And then I've also got some sunflower seeds as well. But you can add in things like goji berries, matcha, you can do collagen, all different things you can do. So we're going to mix it all up. So I'm going to be using a glass bowl because it's going in the microwave, and I've just learned that if you heat up plastic in the microwave, all of the toxins in the plastic goes into the food. So I'm now only using either china or glass in the microwave. We're just going to put the chocolate in here and break it up so that we can put it in the microwave so that it melts quicker. So it's all broken up ready, and now I'm just going to put it in the microwave. So we've got a nice melted chocolate. So I'm going to add in the organic organic rice. And then a couple of Rice Krispies. Mix that around. And I've got some collagen, which I'm just going to add. Just 2 of those. Some chia seeds. I just do enough of kind of what I like. There's no proper measurements. Mix that. And I'm going to go in with the Q10 flaxseed mix. 2 of them, I think. Some walnuts. And then more nuts, almonds, hazelnuts, and more walnuts. Mix that together. And you can add more of anything you want to. Add more of these. You can make it more chocolatey, less chocolatey. And then this is the only kind of chocolate really that I eat now. And this usually lasts me about a week. Have a little bite a day. I'm going to add a bit more of this in there. Another one of them. A few more of these again. That is how it's looking. Now I'm just going to pop this back in the microwave. I've learnt this trick in the last couple of weeks. At this stage it's starting to kind of set a little bit. So if you put it back into the microwave just for a couple of seconds, it melts again and it coats everything really well. So it's just been back in the microwave and it's coated it really lovely. And now I'm just going to put it into this pan. This is a pie pan. So this is a pie pan because it's got a base that comes out, so it makes it easier to take out. So just spread this out. You can obviously put it into whatever container you want to really. And then this just goes in the fridge and then it's usually set nice and hard within an hour. And you can eat it. I usually break it up into pieces, sort of like nice chunks. And then just have one of those a day. It's like a nice healthy chocolate bite. Which is lovely. So the books on my TBR, to be read shelf, are still these ones. And I've also still got this one that I need to read. So yeah, I need to get some more. Talk through with you these books, give you some book reviews, ones that I really enjoyed, ones that have been surprising. So we'll start with this one. This is the one that I read first out of all of these. So this is the Delegate Dream Department Store. Let's take that off so you can see. So this is part of a duo. I'm still waiting to get the next book. But this book is a fantasy book. And it is very different. It's I think it's Chinese or Japanese. And then it's translated into English. And obviously it's a fantasy about a dream store. But it does really make you think about life and death. And although it's fiction, it's obviously not real, but it does make you think, shall we say. So yeah, I really enjoyed this book. Really, really good. Very different. It is a little bit, some of it's a bit odd in the fact, I think it's probably the translation into English that makes it a little bit odd. I think if it was the proper language, it wouldn't be as much, but that kind of adds to it as well. It just makes you think a little bit more, really. It's not a very thick book. I got through it quite quickly. It is quite about building the background to begin with, so it is a little bit I suppose it gives you need to give it time to get into it a little bit. There's a lot of world building in there. Yeah, and it's really good. As I say, I'm waiting to get the next one. I'm hoping to get that this week. And that is the return to the Delegate Dream Department Store. So it delves deeper into it. But yeah, it's really good, and it does really make you think about life in a different way, which I think is quite nice sometimes. But yeah, I would highly recommend that. I've given this a 5 stars, 5 out of 5. But yeah, I would highly recommend this one. Then I read this one. So this is by Jenny Colgan, and it's The Summer Skies. I got this really cheap in the 3 for £6 deal in the Works. I bought it just as basically like a filler book, not expecting it to be as good as it was. I've read some Jenny Colgan in the past, like years ago, and really enjoyed them, and I forgot how good she was at writing. This has got it's a different background. It's basically about an aeroplane company, which makes it different to the usual like romance chick lit stuff. So yeah, this was really good. I got into it straight away. I'd given it, I think, 4.5 stars out of 5. But yeah, it was good in the fact that it was about a different subject. That's what made it more interesting. The outcome was predictable, what you thought throughout, but the ending wasn't as predictable, or there was like a different trajectory in it. But yeah, I would highly recommend that. As I say, I give it 4.5 out of 5. It was only £2. If you want to buy them separate, they're £2.50 each from the Works. But yeah, I really like Jenny Colgan, and I'm going to get some more of hers as well, because as I say, I read some previously and liked them and forgot how good she was at writing. And then the next one, I picked this up on a whim in Asda. It was, I think it was £5. It was the special tickled pink one. It's got the pink bit on the outside. Wasn't, as I say, wasn't intending to buy this. I've got another couple of Emily Henry's books. One I'm waiting to read because it's supposed to be in a certain order, but this one wasn't. Again, obviously you read the back and you kind of predict the outcome, which again was predictable, but the twists and turns in the book were good enough that that made it okay. I give this I would say 4.5 stars again. I really like Emily Henry's writing, sorry. It's easy to read. It was easy to get into, and the storyline was just a bit different from the normal romance chick lit kind of thing. So out of Emily Henry's books that I've read so far, I think I actually prefer this one the best. But yeah, I would recommend reading Emily Henry if you like romance novels. Yeah, gave it 4.5 out of 5. So to break up the 2 romance ones that I've just read, I've gone for a murder mystery, a crime thriller. I've always liked crime novels. This one again I got when I got this one, so it was £2.50 each or 3 for £6, so I got this one as well. I've only just started reading this one. I am, how many pages am I in? I'm only 40 pages in so far, but from the outset I got into it straight away. There hasn't been any sort of like, sometimes you can go a quarter of the way into the book or even half the way into the book and you haven't even got into it yet. It's a bit of a hard start, but this one I've gotten straight into, and it's supposed to be really good, this one, and I have seen some other ones in the series of this. So yeah, so far so good. At the moment it's on track to being maybe a 4.25 star read out of 5. It could go up, but it's the typical somebody's been murdered and then there's 3 women in the village that help the police catch the murderer. At the moment the murder has just taken place, sorry, and the policewoman has just got the 3 women involved in the investigation. So yeah, on track for 4.25 read. So this is how my book nook is looking at the moment. So this is my TBR shelf, so to be read. I've still got 4 on here, and I've also got this one which I still haven't read as part of this series. I'm kind of saving this because this is so good. I don't want it to end, so I'm saving this one for a little bit longer. Then I've got my Taylor Jenkins Reid ones, and there's a new one called Atmosphere which is out I think in the summer, so that's good. And there's also a new Emily Henry book which I've just seen that's out in April, so that'll be good to get that one. So yeah, so those are those ones. This is obviously what I was just talking about, the Delicate Dream department store. I'm just waiting to get the next one in that series. And then we've got these at the bottom here. Move this out the way. So these are all my odd ones at the moment. We've got these are the Emily Henry ones that I've read already. I've also got a Claire Pooley one here and here, but these are all the odd ones that I've got at the moment. And then I've got the classic Harry Potter's at the bottom and Shakespeare for kids as well at the bottom here. But yeah, this is my book nook. This is how it's looking. I need to get a few more books, and I still got this shelf at the top here. So yeah, getting there slowly. So this is how the chocolate bites turned out. This is it after it's been refrigerated. You just take it out of the pie pan. It comes out quite easily, and then you just need to take it off of the bottom. It can be a little bit stuck, but once you get it off it's fine. And then you just need to cut it up into big chunks or little chunks, however many chunks you like, and then just pop it into a bowl or a pot or a dish. And there we go, so we've got a whole bowl of lovely chocolate healthy bites. So thank you for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. This is your chance to sit down, have a nice coffee or tea, read your book and eat a nice bit of cake or chocolate. So see you in the next one. Please like or subscribe or both and click that bell, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.